Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
Hey guys, it's Shawn Mayo here, and today I'm going to go over sourcing at Farm and Fleet with Tactical Arbitrage. A few things when you pull up Farm and Fleet in the TA product search page. We're going to see the category example and the products per page, the two things you're going to really need to pay attention to. And as you can see in the example, it's a pretty straightforward one for this site. You're going to need the just the basic link, nothing after the trailing slash, so nothing with an equals or question mark or any of that extra information. And we have a 64 products per page. So if we go over to the Farm and Fleet site at farmandfleet.com, I always suggest any store that you're going to be sourcing at, you should sign up for their mailing list. So here it's very simple. When you first go to the page, you'll just enter your email address, click subscribe, and now you're going to get emails with all the information for deals and sales and BOGOs and whatever else they have going on. So when we start our day, every day of sourcing, we check all these emails and see who has the deals, and that's who we're going to go to start doing our sourcing. So to find our category, all the departments are all here on the left hand side. So we can just go down to toys, and let's look at learning toys. When we click on it, we can see it's going to come up here. It's already set to 64 products per page, and the link is already is in the correct format, so we can just copy that whole link. Make sure that it's set to 64 products per page, and we can see that there's 183 products, so that's only 3 pages. So we have all the information we need to start a scan on Tactical Arbitrage. So we're going to start on page 1, we're going to end on page 3, and we're going to post our information, use our last filter settings, and you can click submit, and the scan will start. So we're going down the list, and it will work the same as any other site, and that's really all there is to do a regular scan. If you want to do a bulk scan, we'll go ahead and end this so we can go through that correctly, and we're going to select Farm and Fleet. This is an issue that a lot of people seem to have when doing bulk scans. Unless you're going to put the name of the store on every line in your bulk scan file, you're going to have to select the store. So click on Use Bulk. And then upload a new file. And we always like to, when we're starting with a new file, always use the example. It'll be in the correct format. It will have all the correct headers, and it'll have everything you need to get going. So if we post that link in there, start on page 1, go to page 3, you can have up to 400 categories that will run in a row, which will run for up to 24 hours. And at 24 hours, it's just going to end, and you're going to have to restart your search. So we don't recommend you do what you think is going to be more than 24 hours, because it's never going to get to that. And you know, if you run the same scan every day, it's just never going to get to that point. So you do 24 hours, and then you work your way on to the next one. And you can do one or as many as you need to here. And you would just paste your links right here into the category. We're going to go ahead and save this, and some notes on saving. you need to make sure that it's saved in, if you're on a PC, you should use CSV or MS-DOS CSV. Never use the Macintosh version of CSV. Tactical Arbitrage does not support that format, and if you're on a Mac, make sure that you're using the MS-DOS or the Windows version of the CSV file. If you use just what says CSV comma delimited or the one labeled Macintosh, it's not going to work. If you're on a PC, it should work, but if you're doing it from a Mac, it's definitely not going to work. It'll upload and it immediately tries to process when you upload, which we'll go through in a moment, but it's not going to save. And you still won't have the file uploaded, so that's what's going on. Now, to save you guys a lot of work, and for a very reasonable price, we've created, I believe this one's $20, and we've created a list of every category on Farm and Fleet. Farm and Fleet is a decent sized site with many categories and subcategories. So as you can see here, this one actually has 1,027 different categories, and you know, so it would take you a long time to put together a list of all of that. And the people who are and aren't buying a list, as you can see, some have very few items, so people aren't going to waste their time doing, you know, a list that has 2 items, 3 items, 5 items, 10 items. You know, if they have to manually go and get those links and put them in there. But if you're using a list that's already pre-made, those smaller categories may have a lot of good products in them. This first list, this is our Farm and Fleet list, of course. This is going to have a lot more information than you may need for Tactical Arbitrage, but you get 2 different lists. You get one for your bulk uploads, and you get one for that has the most amount of information. So the first column has the full URL, which is what you'll put in the category, the short name of it. So this is passengers and touring tires, but it's actually in the full shop, then automotive, then tires, tubes, and wheels, tires and tubes, and then passenger and touring tires. So we give you the short name and then the full name of the pass, so you know exactly what you're looking at. The number of items in this category, this one has 1,066, so it's going to take it's going to scan 17 pages through Tactical Arbitrage. So if we go over to our bulk list, this is going to have some of the information, but only what you need for TA. So we put in the category, the start page and the last page, other than the exact correct format to use with Tactical Arbitrage bulk uploading. You only need to do 2 steps to be able to use this. Some of the lists you only need to do 1, but this one is so big there's a limit of 400 categories, as I mentioned before, so this one has over 1,000, so you have to get this list down to 400 before you can upload it. As well as the full path name, we put that here so you know what to buy, because some of the URLs may you know, may be misleading or confusing, but when you're looking at this list, you can just go here and delete whatever lines that you don't want to get this down to 400. And that went a little bit too far. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete these lines. Of course, you can be more selective when you do this, but if we go down to the bottom, see we're still a little bit over 400, but if we knock a few off the end, and you don't have to do a full, you know, 400. You can do whatever it is that you want to scan for the day scan, so you delete your lines, your extra lines of what you don't want to scan, and then you just delete column D, And it says it right here in the header row. Full name, you must delete this column D before the scan will work. So we delete that column, and we're going to go and all we have to do is save this file. You can just go ahead and save it. If you save it, it's going to stay in the correct format. If you hit Save As, of course, it's going to change the format. So we're going to do Farm Fleet. I'm just going to mark this as a test scan. I'm going to keep it in the same format. And that's all we have to do. Now we're all set to upload this. So we can just go and browse to wherever it is you save that. There's that file, click upload. It's going to upload it and import it immediately. So if there's a problem with the file, this is where it would happen. This never would have uploaded if it was in the wrong format or any other issues. So if you see this this blue line here that says bulk list, this is going to be whatever your file name is, and then after your file name is going to be an underscore and a number.csv, and that means you're all set to go. The category and start and last pages are going to be grayed out because it's going to be pulling that information from the bulk list. And then you can click submit. You use your last filter settings or enter whatever filter settings you want, and as you can see, the scan is now running. If you click where it says bulk categories, it's going to show you all the categories in your list. And the way it works is it's going to do the first one, and when that one is complete, it's going to move on to the next one and the next one and the next one until the complete list is done, or you reach 24 hours. So if you'd like to get a copy of that, you can go into the description and you'll see a link to the Gumroad list to be able to download that. And thanks for watching.